on-field presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
This is Duck Insider.
These are good problems to have, right? So much success that you have more than one place to be.
5-3, touchdown, Oregon.
Off the dribble, launches, and hits the three. Oregon leads.
What a great opportunity it is to be able to play at the University of Oregon.
I'm just incredibly proud to be a part of something like this.
She wants another three. Oh, three in a row.
Swing and a miss. Oregon is headed to the Super Regional.
Fans being out there making this a great impact.
We are so privileged and so fortunate. We get to see all these young people. We get to see this incredible growth, which is what college is all about.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Now let's go live to the Country Financial Studio to talk Oregon Duck Athletics.
Brunch today. Woo! No John Sargent.
Oh,
no John Sargent.
I thought that's what you were meaning.
Everybody's out. We're in the Country Financial Studio. I'm Joey Mack, Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen. We're getting on an airplane with the Oregon football team to fly to Wisconsin here, so we're doing the show a little early. Thanks for joining us. We've got Big Ten picks. We've got keys to the game. We've got a full weekend preview because it is a big week for Oregon athletics at home. Senior night for Oregon volleyball this evening against Northwestern. Wow. Hope everyone makes it out to Matthew Knight Arena. Cross-country West Region Championships will be going on today. We won't have any updates for you really live in the 10:30 to 11:30 time slot, but follow along for Oregon track and field and cross-country. They're in the West Regionals today. 4:30 kickoff tomorrow, and then Oregon men's basketball is back at home at 2 o'clock on Sunday against Troy. Luke Jackson will be carrying that broadcast because we'll be flying home from Wisconsin Saturday night. So I already
does he know that?
I told Luke.
Has he ever done play-by-play?
No. But I told Luke, be ready for me, buddy, and he was like, I got you.
Yeah, I bet he could.
Oh, yeah. So that's coming up this weekend. We'll see what happens. Keys to the game, though, guys. Look, Oregon has come up a few times this week, and it's been on my mind at least that Oregon is very unique in that the Ducks have played 8 straight games, and now they're going to have a bye week very late in the year. It feels like take care of business, take a breath, and then you got the regular season finale up ahead. But I don't know if that really matters. Justin Jacobs said this week, played it on the show yesterday, that he didn't even know that was the case. You're just so in the routine. That's what I wanted to ask you, Jorgie, to start today. Like, you are so in the routine. Does it matter?
No. Yeah. No, and I mean, unless you're beat up.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, then you love that week off, obviously, and that type of deal. But it matters probably more so for a team like Wisconsin or last week with Maryland, where you got 2 weeks to prepare for the Ducks.
Right.
Is where it becomes that type of situation. But when you're Oregon, no. You get into a groove. You just keep into that groove. You're focused on the next one. You get into the routine of knowing exactly what Sunday is going to look like and the prep work that's already partially been done for you for your next opponent. You get into that routine and you could just do it all over again. So I don't think so. I really don't.
And the Ducks have been relatively healthy this season.
Yeah, I mean, they could have used the bye week in the middle of this run, but they've been in pretty good shape. They're in great physical shape, and that all starts in the fall and fall camp and being ready. But Jorgie's right. You get into a rhythm. It's a rhythm. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that includes school and class and study and all of that. When you break that with a bye week, it does change things, and some teams have a little trouble getting back into that.
It's true.
Now, that being said, I thought Oregon lost a little of that rhythm last week. Their focus was different last week, wasn't it?
Something felt just a little different.
Yeah,
and there's no doubt about it. It's tough to really kind of put your finger on it.
Yeah.
But it was a little funky, and hopefully they get out of the funk.
Yeah. So getting out of the funk. Sometimes I think it's good to go on the road. I mean, I know you always want to be at home. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen so many teams, not just in football, but in a number of different sports, where sometimes going on the road can help you. Because you don't have the distractions at home, or you can, I guess, just focus on the sport ahead. And I feel like maybe it's a good thing to go on the road.
Yeah, I feel like it's when you're on the road, you don't have that 12th man on the field. So it's you against the world, or us against the world, and you do kind of rise to a different level, and you use the energy of that crowd, but you're the antagonist because they're trying to do things to you, and you just an attitude. Now, Jordan, you played on the road, you played at home.
Players love the challenge.
Yeah, that's it.
Of
they love
going
the
on the road.
Yeah.
They really do. There's no place like home. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no place like home. There's no place.
Click your heels together.
That's right. But, however, I try to not use the word but. I've been really working hard to have butless conversations with people. So instead of the word but, use the word however. However.
Wait.
What? When you say the word but, it's like, I love you, but, and you know what's coming.
However,
if you use the word however,
isn't it more
you could
how
go a
you
lot of
say
different.
it?
You could go a lot of different directions with however.
Okay.
Or so.
So. Okay.
Where was I?
I don't know.
Adversity on the road.
Yes.
Love it.
Do you like the challenge?
Love it.
Like I said.
I'm going to be taking.
I hate it when that is you. Like I said.
I'm going to be taking notes, too, on Jump Around. I'm excited to see that, just from a broadcaster perspective.
But you've never been there, so.
I've never been there.
But what does that mean?
I don't know. Nothing.
But who cares?
You're going to really think about that word now, aren't you?
So basically the entire broadcast, it's going to be, the Ducks are, but no! That's going to be the whole broadcast.
Put it on our head,
tomorrow.
Jordan. You put it on our head.
Okay, well, didn't think we'd go this direction, but here we are.
Yeah.
Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen, I'm Joey back. Keys to the game. Jerry, breaking down the Badgers, what do you think? What do the Ducks need to do?
Well, I think we've said this all season long. They need to start fast. You're in enemy territory, and their crowd's going to be on you from the get-go. The way you take a crowd out of it is if you go on defense first, you force Wisconsin to go 3 and out. If you get the ball first, then you go down and score. Take the crowd out of it early, Georgie. You do that by defensively stopping them or offensively scoring first.
Yeah, I mean, that early start really is important. There's no doubt about it. And this team's been pretty good at it. Until last week, they were a little slower to start, but at the same time, only had 2 possessions in the first quarter, so it's tough to get a fast start. But I agree with you, Jerry. And frankly, I just feel like Wisconsin's defense is going to be very similar to what we saw with Maryland's defense here. Very salty, ready to go, making a lot of plays, kind of an underrated team speed that they had that was really difficult at times for Oregon, to get any type of rhythm and big play capability going in that game. I think it's going to be the same way with Wisconsin on the road in a packed stadium, number 1 team in the country coming to town.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a real challenge. But, again, get an early start and then just really establish that ground game.
I've talked about this a lot, that the Ducks have earned the right to get everybody's best shot, and that's what they're going to get from Wisconsin. A team that, talking with Matt LePay, voice of the Badgers this week, he said there's been some slippage in that they're always in games, so maybe this isn't the Wisconsin team that maybe 5 years ago, I should say, was always in games. They always found a way to keep it close. Haven't beaten a ranked team in the last 3 seasons for Wisconsin. All that being said, it's still Wisconsin, still a proud fan base, and still a team that I don't know if anybody remembers some of these matchups the Ducks and the Badgers have had in the postseason, but I certainly remember how fun they were on the Oregon side. They weren't all that fun on the Wisconsin side.
No, and Wisconsin, you already said it, Oregon's number 1, got the target on the back. So I remember when Oregon teams would not be ranked, or maybe be 22 or 25 or on the top, and a USC or a Washington or UCLA come in, Stanford in the top 10 or maybe the top 5, and you rise up for those games.
You do.
You just play at a different level, and that's what Wisconsin's going to do.
What's odd about Wisconsin, though, because, Joe, you mentioned the Badgers staying in games, right? And it wasn't just a couple of weeks ago they were playing an undefeated Penn State team at home, and they were in the game all the way until a pick 6. And yet they go on the road to Iowa and just get blasted, absolutely blasted. And so that's where you don't know which identity you're going to get from the Badgers. Are you going to get the home identity where they play really well and they're going to have stayed in a lot of games, or are you going to get the road identity? They're at home. I expect to get the road identity or get the home identity.
I think so too. I mean, and look, the home field matters, right? There's no doubt about it. And I'm curious though, especially from an Oregon perspective. I mean, Dylan Gabriel, record-setting, been awesome to celebrate that this week. But the Ducks have operated so efficiently, and certainly on the offensive line, the rotation of Dave Iuli and Kavika Rogers, what that looks like. There are still some focus points for the Ducks here. However,
good, very good,
well played,
very good.
However, this is still an Oregon team that can get better, as Coach Lanning would say, right? There's still things to improve on, and going on the road, chance to do that.
I think they're still adjusting, too, guys, playing without Tez Johnson.
True.
I mean, and last week, Tiefer gets his first touchdown catch of the year. In fact, the first tight end touchdown this year. Early in the season, if we'd have said that, we'd have thought, tough season for Oregon. What went wrong? Yeah. It's because Dylan Gabriel has so many weapons. But without Tez, I think they're still adjusting to not having him, and there are more things we're going to see this week that we haven't seen in the last week or two since he's been gone.
Probably right.
Yeah. That I tell you what, having that alpha on your offense and having a defense have to know where the alpha is all the time is a huge difference in an offense.
Big deal.
You're looking, if you huddle, you're looking for that guy when he comes out of the huddle. Where is he? Where's he lining up? What's going on? It just makes everybody else better. And so, however.
He did both.
But however.
How about that? Gosh, I said but, and I thought, why did I say that? However, the rest of the guys have really picked up the slack. And I can't wait, whenever that date's going to be, to see everybody back on that side of the ball.
Yeah, no doubt.
Who knows when that's going to be, but I hope it happens.
Look, I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman got hands.
Well, I was just going to say, they're not looking now for Tez. They're looking for an offensive lineman lining up. So who's lining up where?
I'm waiting for Jordan Birch to run a streak pass.
Yeah, no doubt.
Streak pattern on one of those.
I love what Coach Lanning said about that fake, that, that's the Mel Kiper film, that Jordan Birch, they're going to play that when he gets drafted. Not on defense. Look at what he does on special teams, right? Like, that's awesome.
290.
Yeah.
Guys, that's 290 pounds.
He could become a tight end.
No doubt. Well, and then, I should mention, too, so our 2:30 pregame show that's coming up, Alik Terry, I try to kind of schedule the assistant coaches actually preseason, like we know who we're going to talk to each week. Just so happened that the Duck offensive line is up for the Joe Moore Award. They're a semifinalist. And also it's coming off a week where you have Josh Connerly score a 2-point conversion and you have Janoris Wilson catch a touchdown pass. It was perfect to talk to Alik Terry this week. You'll enjoy that. He had one phrase in particular. I have yet to tell Jerry and Jorgie about this that I think will make everybody laugh when they hear it on,
I can't wait.
The pregame. About an hour before kickoff, we'll have that for you. All right, we're going to get a timeout. We're going to make some picks. We got more keys to the game. A few more student-athlete interviews.
There we go, yeah.
Ryan Milano in the studio today.
With one T, by the way. You
one T.
Thank you.
Buttless. Didn't know we were going to go this direction. But here we are.
However,
back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, we're more than just an award-winning golf course and practice facility. Our events team offers all-inclusive event pricing that allows us to take care of all the details while you enjoy your event. Our indoor and outdoor venues offer you a wide variety of fully staffed options that put the focus on you. From weddings to business and social events, at Shadow Hills Country Club Events Center, you get the benefits of a resort atmosphere and amenities in a peaceful country setting, just minutes from downtown Eugene. Call for a tour today or visit shadowhillsevents.com.
Duck Insider, your home for the latest news on Oregon athletics on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Back on Nugget Cider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio, along with Jerry Allen and Mike Jorgensen. 4:30 kickoff tomorrow, doing the show a little bit early today because we got a flight to catch with the Duck football team. 2:30 pregame show for us across the Oregon Sports Network, and we've got some picks to make.
Let's
you
just
going to take some chances this week, Jorg?
Yeah. Maybe.
I hope you do.
Yeah?
We'll have to see what you pick first as to whether I want to take those chances.
Okay.
How'd we do last week?
Well, everybody did exactly the same.
Except for the coin.
We all went 3-2. So did the coin.
Really?
Oh, really?
Coin
Wow.
went 3-2.
Wow.
Yeah. So, the coin has to pick last still. We were close to the coin getting to pick in front of Jerry again, but we didn't quite get there. Didn't quite get there.
I worried about that.
Yeah. So, no, everybody's in good
okay.
shape. Everyone's in good shape.
Okay.
Yeah, we all missed on Iowa, and we all missed on Minnesota. So, the coin got the UCLA pick right. That's the difference. Coin missed on Michigan.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah. Right now, where things stand, I've got a 2-game lead on Georgie, picking at a 79% rate, which is it's dipping. I was around 84%. We've gone down. Yeah. So, not good. I don't think I'm going to break the record this season for best rate.
Last couple of weeks, you've gotten to us a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
We have now, guys, by the way, picked exactly 100 games.
Wow.
This season. So doing the math on the percentages was really easy for me this week because I've picked 79 games correctly and we've picked 100.
That's still not bad.
100.
That's a good number. 79
games.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Jerry's at 74%.
I'd take that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Georgie's
I'll
at
take
77%. The coin, 54%.
Okay.
Coin is still slightly better.
Hanging
than,
right around average.
Yep.
If I finish third this season, I'll be satisfied as long as I'm not fourth.
You're not
behind the coin.
Well, you took some chances. You'd be probably 76 or 77 if you hadn't taken chances last week.
I think I can officially announce we will pick 123 total games, likely 123 total games. You have a 20-game lead, so it is statistically very improbable that the coin will pass you. It's still possible.
Unless I let the coin pick before me, and I always go against the coin.
We can't do that. Rules of the game don't allow it.
Fortunately.
So there you go.
We're talking about the coin. Give me the coin.
Oh, yeah, the coin. Thank you.
All right.
Good reminder. Okay, so tonight we're going to have to find somewhere to watch the 6 o'clock Fox game. UCLA 4-5, 3-4 in Big Ten play, visiting Washington.
Ooh, tough one to pick.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
UCLA's the pick in this, aren't they?
No.
No, they're not.
Washington is the favored team at Husky Stadium. Supposed to be 44 degrees at kickoff. So here's Washington so far this season. Win at home, lost neutral site, rivalry game. Win at home, lose on the road. Win at home, lose on the road, lose on the road. Win at home, lose on the road.
And they're at home.
And that's why I'm picking Washington. Washington has not lost a game at home. Washington's going to get bowl eligible with a win over their former Pac-12 foe.
You know,
UCLA.
Jerry, I was really going to pick them, and I was going to make sure that I said something before I did so people would not associate me with anything.
Right.
You, principally.
Oh, no, don't go there.
But just based on the fact that
wait, where did this come from? Why are we having buttless conversations?
Oh,
I don't
just
understand.
a lot of I'll share with you later.
Okay.
Whoa.
However,
off air.
It's my opportunity to pick up a game.
Right.
Or an opportunity to fall further back.
This wasn't the one I anticipated to do, but he has created
an opening.
He's cracked the door open a little bit right there.
So UCLA.
UCLA, a team of streaks this season, to say the least. They are winners of 3 straight.
And they've been okay on the road. I mean, they went to Nebraska and did a nice job in Nebraska, right? Any place else on the road?
They won 27-20 at Nebraska. They won 35-32 at Rutgers. They've won close games on the road the last few
there
weeks.
We go. There's 2 more reasons right there to pick the Bruins.
They got smashed by Penn State and by LSU on the road, and they barely won at Hawaii.
Okay. Well, that was the start of the season.
Yeah.
Bruins, taking them. Trying to make a move.
This feels great.
Wow.
This
if you would have taken UCLA, I probably would have taken Washington.
You know, you could just
However, it didn't happen.
You know, you could just pick who you think's going to win.
It's
what a concept.
It's no. There's just certain teams you
just don't pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like winning.
Okay, I think Washington's going to win the game.
Yeah, I do too.
I think Washington's going to win the game.
And so does Georgie.
So, and I can't pick up a game on both of them. So I got to go with one of them. He's too far out in front. Joey is. Georgie's within reach. However,
very good. See, you guys are really going to think about that the rest of your lives.
I'm going Washington.
I'm not going to think about it the rest of my life, I can guarantee. Yet, nevertheless, nonetheless, even so, however, still, notwithstanding, in spite of that, for all
you
that.
looked up other words.
Yeah.
This is but.
You've
synonyms.
taken him there. Heads. Home team.
Home
right?
team.
Washington.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Washington.
Wow, I'm the outlier on this.
Yep.
Was it Sarge?
You sure are. All right, 9 a.m. on the Big Ten Network.
I've never been more disappointed to see John Lundquist walk in a room than right now. You know, I thought it was Sarge bringing food in, and John comes in with no food.
John, don't leave.
No
please.
food.
We'll leave Georgie here,
Hey,
but I can't
John,
have you not be with us.
You're staying. Yeah, John Lundquist. John Lundquist, our sensei of stats, is making the trip to Wisconsin, and Georgie just drops the hammer down. Oh,
never been more disappointed.
Wow.
I thought it was Sarge coming in for a surprise food delivery.
Yeah.
Wow. Nevertheless, we have picks to make. 9 a.m. on the Big Ten Network, number 2 Ohio State visiting Northwestern in what figures to be a blowout. Ohio State stays number 2 in the country, I think.
Buckeyes.
In other words, I ain't disagreeing with either one of you.
In other words.
Buckeyes.
In spite of that.
Notwithstanding.
Notwithstanding.
Coin is the visitor.
The visitor. It's at Wrigley, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
That'll be kind of interesting.
So Ohio State. Coin picked good there.
Coin?
Ohio State.
Ohio State also.
Yeah.
Okay. 11:30 on Fox Sports 1. Michigan State 4-5, 2-4 in Big Ten play, visiting Illinois 6-3, 3-3 in Big Ten play. Georgie, who you got? I'm deferring.
Oh, you are?
Wow.
Okay.
What? Really?
Yeah.
It's at Illinois?
This is the deferral for me. Yep.
I'll take the Illini in this one.
Well, I know what you're going to do based on what we do.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm going Illinois as well.
I already wrote down that I was picking Illinois, which is unfortunate, but this odds makers
I think it'd be a close game.
Odds makers think this is a field goal game.
Yeah. And I have confidence in Jonathan Smith. I really do. I think the team's going to be better.
He's going to get someone.
Yeah, he's going to get someone. All right, the coin. Ooh, almost. Hope the visitor.
Guess I should not have.
Visitor, Michigan State.
Guess I should not have made that pick, but that's all right. That's all right. All right, we're going to get a timeout. Come back. Pick a few more games.
Get ready.
John, could you go get me a hot dog?
Picks of the week are brought to you by Seven Feathers Casino Resort, the best in the Northwest.
He said no.
Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Hey Duck fans, at Country Financial, they make insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, auto, or more, their representatives will take the time to understand your specific needs and explain what options work best for you. Worry less and feel more confident knowing you're covered. Visit countryfinancial.com to get started today. Experience more with Country Financial. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is, this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know. But when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think. Know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think. Know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now, don't forget to say you will.
I need a blood pressure monitor here. Somebody take I'm like.
More advanced statistics continue on the Oregon Sports Network. So far, the stats of the show. Ryan Milano's got 0 hot dogs and 7 butts. That's pretty good. Hey, what was the score after the tape change last week, Jorgie?
Oh, Clayton. Clayton.
So
it's
last
like
week.
Kramer, right? Clayton.
No, it's Waterboy.
It is. I got to update the name card.
Yeah, Waterboy.
That's great. Chris Clayton last week.
It's a little superstition, right?
Yeah, so Jorgie changes the tape, and then the Ducks outscore 25-8 after that.
I used my own tape to tape my boards up and my sheets of paper that I get information from. And I thought, there's just no way this week that there's going to be any problems. And, Oregon's struggling, just not being able to get separation from Maryland. And it's like, gosh, I wonder if I change the tape, we'll get separation. And I fought it so hard, and then I gave in, and I put masking tape up there instead of the Scotch tape. The masking tape, painter's tape we use every week, the green.
Yeah.
And we outscore them 25-8 just like that. And I didn't know that until Clayton brings up, hey, Jorgie, by the way, we outscored them 25-8 after you put the painter's tape up.
It's not that you just put the painter's tape up. You took the other tape off. You took everything off and redid it. While you redid it, the game is going on. And I'm like, first down, James up the middle right side. Jorgie, pretty good around a big hole. Jorgie's like, yeah, it was a really big hole. Good blocking. He wasn't even looking at the field.
I gave him some color while I'm putting painter's tape up and put my charts back up. And so it worked.
It worked.
It worked. Everybody's got their role.
It worked.
Everybody's got their role.
Painter's tape will remain from now on.
Well,
did you pack it, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2 rolls.
Good.
There's one on the equipment truck, and there's one in my bag that goes on the airplane.
Good man.
Just in case. Along with gaff tape, which is actually a broadcaster's best friend.
If I'd have just let it go, it all would have played out with the Scotch tape, and then it would be over worrying about what tape I tape my stuff up.
But
however,
you don't know.
That's what I was told by one of my fellow employees in the office.
That's a big butt, too.
She says, but you don't know.
You don't know.
It's like I didn't need to hear that.
In spite of that, yeah. Well, I just want you to know that I do have video.
Of you, yeah, I've seen the video.
You sent me that. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did. I did. And they got it loaded in and ready just for a rainy day whenever we're going to need it moving forward. We'll revisit. Picks of the week continue. Brought to you by Seven Feather Casino Resort, best in the Northwest. All right. So far, the game tonight could determine a few things as we continue with the scheduled games. 12:30 on CBS, number 4 Penn State visiting Purdue.
Yeah.
Penn State.
Yes.
Yes.
No buts.
Boy, Purdue's
Penn State.
Purdue's struggling.
Yeah. Coin's going along with us. Penn State.
Yeah, Purdue's having a rough year.
They had their chance with Northwestern.
They did.
A really good chance, and that might have been their last chance.
Yeah. 1 o'clock on Fox. Nebraska, 5-4, 2-4 in Big Ten games. USC, 4-5, 2-5 in Big Ten games. Nebraska has, after starting out well against a number of teams that, apart from Colorado, they definitely should win. Where Colorado's gone since then after that 28-10 loss to Nebraska, I think, hey, Buffs have looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Losing against Illinois in a game that Nebraska would like back hurt. And now, after winning 2 straight after that, they've lost 3 straight. Got smoked by Indiana, 56-7. They were in the game at Ohio State. And then didn't bounce back against UCLA. USC, on the other hand, so hot and cold this year. Changes at quarterback. They just lost at Washington, but they've been better at home. Maybe should have beaten Penn State at home. I'm going with the Trojans.
Oh, man.
I just
you
think
like Nebraska. You always like Nebraska.
I do. I think Nebraska is not where they want to be right now.
I do. I mean, the toughest thing with the Trojans right now is the quarterback change for this game. They're at home,
right, but
the quarterback change and going to Maeva instead of Miller Moss and, throwing them into the fire a little bit. And again, who knows with Raiola's health what it's like, what it's not like. I think Nebraska's a solid team, but they're on a little bit of a losing streak now. I would say,
here comes the butt.
Because you are taking USC, it's my chance to tie you up. Ooh. I'm taking the Cornhuskers on the road.
All right. It's going to be a 4-game lead for me. This is great.
So I'm trying to wiggle in here and gain ground on both of you, but more you than Joey.
Here's your opportunity right there.
Opportunity. You took
Take
Nebraska.
The home team.
Wow.
Take the home team.
I would. But I don't think I will.
See, that fit right there.
He
needed to say that. Yeah,
it
the
mattered.
way he lined it up.
Yeah. I'm going to go. I can't catch you.
You could. It's not statistically improbable.
Right. You picked USC?
I picked USC.
I'm going Nebraska.
We got 3 weeks of picks left.
Yep, going Nebraska.
I think that Nebraska very well could win the game. I'm surprised that odds makers have it a more than touchdown favorite for USC. I think Nebraska could very well win the game. Washington UCLA is going to be fun tonight.
Okay.
I do look forward to seeing how Maeva plays, though.
The home team.
That's USC.
USC.
Okay, last we've got Rutgers, Maryland, 3 o'clock on Fox Sports
that's a tough one too.
5-4 Rutgers, 2-4 in Big Ten play. Maryland 4-5, 1-5 in conference action. Two teams that have just been, I feel like, on the precipice in so many games, right? Really, a few different games on the schedule for each of these teams could have gone the other way. Rutgers lost at Nebraska 14-7. Got smoked by Wisconsin. Probably should have beaten UCLA at home. Got a 3-point win. Went to USC, got beat. But coming off a win against Minnesota. Rutgers, though, like a lot of teams, hasn't been as good on the road. Meanwhile, Maryland, after back-to-back road trips with losses, they're kind of similar. They haven't been as good on the road, like a lot of teams. Maryland's the home team. I'm picking Maryland.
Opportunity.
I'm trying to look at common opponents
This
here.
is going to be a slobber knocker.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at common opponents, and, Maryland got smoked by Minnesota.
Yep.
And Rutgers and Minnesota played right down to the end in that game. So do I use that as the judgment as to who I should pick?
Rutgers also won at Virginia Tech earlier this year. These teams have both been so up and down. I feel like they're both on the precipice of being consistent, and they're probably then 8-win teams right
Other
now.
than Rutgers really getting blown out by USC on the road, they've been competitive in every game.
And Maryland beat USC by 1 at home.
Yeah. I'm taking the Scarlet Knights.
Good pick, honestly. Good pick.
I mean, it's a coin toss to me, and I'm taking – I was going to say the home team. I'm taking the road team.
Yeah. Take that road team. Do it. What do you got?
Well, I think Rutgers can get bowl eligible. They've got 5 wins, right? They got 6 wins. So they've got more than just, an opponent to play. They got something to play for. If they can win this game, then they know they're going to be playing postseason, and I think that means something. I think they're so close together. I think that Rutgers has a little more to play for. Maryland's pretty good. I mean, I was impressed with the way they played last week.
I was too.
But the Now every time we say it, it's just like, excuse me, I didn't mean to say
Wait
but.
till you have a conversation with your wife, and she's just say, why did you stop and say something else?
I'm going to apologize every time I say but now. But, excuse me, I didn't mean but. I'm going to go with Rutgers. I'm going to go with Rutgers to win this game. Yeah.
I thought you guys would both pick Rutgers. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. The coin. Whoop.
I like Maryland's receivers, though.
I do, too.
Go coin.
Rutgers, road team. All right. Well, we got some interesting picks. Could be the end of Jorgie this week.
It could be.
Jerry and I are going with Washington. Jorgie's taking the Bruins tonight. Everybody's taking Ohio State. I'm going out on a limb, I guess, and taking USC. These guys are both taking Nebraska. Everybody taking Illinois and Penn State. And then you guys are both taking Rutgers, and I'm taking Maryland. We're probably going to end up right where we are this week.
There's room for movement, though.
There's room for movement.
Yeah, Rutgers gets a win. USC gets a win. UCLA gets a win. Then you're within one. You're back in it.
There's room for movement?
Room for movement.
Potential a lot of movement.
Maybe I'll have to change my tape next week.
Nah.
So those of you who are watching the show, let's just send Jorgie off on the right note today. I filmed this from the top deck of our broadcast booth.
You've got it down.
Jorgie is calling a game and is actively retaping his chart as play is happening. Jerry's calling the play. Jorgie is right now analyzing a play mid-taping. Bravo, sir.
I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, you know. I left the chart hanging, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. So I got those. See, look at that green painter's tape.
Mid play call, goes and checks the flip card, checks the roster, and continues the taping. I mean, this is expert level broadcasting by Mike Jorgensen. Look at that green
That
tape.
was the winning recipe right there.
Yeah.
25-8 from that point on.
After the retape.
By the way, you no longer can call that a flip card. That is not a flip card.
It is a full-on.
That's a billboard.
It is a piece of artwork. Piece of artwork.
I love it.
Yeah, that was great.
Well done. Well done.
Final thoughts, Oregon, Wisconsin. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, just play Oregon football. I mean, play Oregon football. Play the way you're capable of. Don't beat yourself. Don't beat yourself, and I don't think anybody else will. That's the way I look at Oregon. They're that good.
Yeah. Keep the energy. Just keep that focus. Execution's huge piece of it, but just keep the focus. And, again, I think playing on the road, sometimes teams do play better when they play on the road.
Comment section enjoys the tape work. Very economical. Also, one person had to switch hats and jackets partway through the game.
Okay, it happens.
No update on if after the hat and jacket switch it was also 25-8, but it's possible.
Yeah, could be.
Look, it takes a village, guys.
It does.
It takes a village. We're going to get a timeout, and when we come back, Ryan Milano's actually here to take you the rest of the way. We've got interviews with Brandon Johnson, Dave Iuli, Derek Harmon, and Taisheem Johnson. We've got a plane to catch. Those are your picks of the week, brought to you by Seven Feathers Casino Resort, the best in the Northwest. Ryan's here to finish up the show, and guys, it's been a pleasure seeing you.
We'll continue to see you.
No buts. Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear autumn leaves, you won't be covering roads alone this season. Take on fall in the powerful Toyota Tundra or tackle trails in a Tacoma. Head to Toyota.com for more info. Toyota, let's go places.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Dear autumn leaves, you won't be covering roads alone this season. Take on fall in the powerful Toyota Tundra or tackle trails in a Tacoma. Head to Toyota.com for more info. Toyota, let's go places.
Your daily dose of Oregon athletics. This is Duck Insider from Learfield.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You
friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back on Duck Insider here inside the Country Financial Studio. Duck Insider brought to you by OnPoint Community Credit Union. The guys said that they were going to catch the bus to the plane, but they're all just still standing there. I guess they wanted me to host the show. I will wash Joey's coffee mug while he is gone. Picks, Silver Winery picks. Best in the Northwest. For those of you who don't know, behind the scenes, us production people, we do our picks. We don't get the light of day. And so now that I get to participate in the Friday show, I just need to let the people know that Caden is kicking everybody's butt with 1T. Kicking everybody's 1T butt. Bye, guys. They're all catching the bus. They're going over. Going to be in Madison, Wisconsin. 4:30. Kickoff time, 2:30 pregame Pacific time. Bye, everybody. Great, we got the riffraff out of here now. We can get to business. All right, business this week, new starting offensive lineman, and someone who did a pretty darn tootin' good job on the offensive line, filling in at the guard position, Dave Iuli. Man, is that guy infectious when you talk to him. If you just envision someone who loves to be a part of this university and get an opportunity, it's Dave Iuli. He spoke with the media earlier in the week, previewing this matchup, also reviewing the matchup that he had against Maryland in his first start of the season. Let's get to the Oregon offensive lineman, Dave Iuli.
Dave, so walk us through just taking the field and finally getting that opportunity after it had been 6-7 months.
Just when the opportunity was here and, a lot of guys in the room knew that there was an opportunity, I think I just wanted to go in there and, take advantage of that opportunity. So when I saw not only that, I think it's what the team needed, you know what I mean? So when the team needed someone, I feel like everybody got to be ready. Everybody got to be ready to go. But it's been a great journey. Just got back in football, got back into it. I love it. And just having fun out here, man. Just having fun.
Take us through the timeline a little bit, because when we talked to you back in August, you were pretty optimistic about the start of the season. Yeah. I don't know if you were just fooling us or if something was a setback. So what all happened in the last couple of months?
Oh, man, it was just, a lot happened. I went home for my little break, and, I was training for a little bit, started feeling my leg again, and that kind of set me back a little bit. And that was after having the interview with you guys. So, it really brought me down a little bit, but I feel like I just attacked it a lot when I came back, because the best thing you could do is just next thing, just rehab until you're back on the field.
And that was with the toe again?
Yes, the toe. That was with the fifth metatarsal.
So what was the subsequent recovery? What was that process? What did you have to do?
Oh, man. So the process was huge. I think I had to be here earlier on top of everybody, because you feel me. And when you get in rehab, you gotta stay in touch with Chief a lot and Trav. So I feel like attacking it and having great people inside the medical staff has been helping me a lot and just been keeping me on top of everything I needed to do.
So how early? Because I know it's usually like in the 5 and 6 a.m. hours. So how early are we talking?
Probably like 5:30. You want to, especially if you're an injury player, you want to get in here before other players come and get their rehab, because other players kind of come at the same time. Yes, sir.
When you go through all that, then the payoff is to make your first start. What did that mean for you?
Oh, man, it was a blessing. I didn't look at anything else. I think what really motivated me was that my grandma passed away this year, and I had to do something for it. So I felt like it wasn't just me on the journey. It was a lot of. I felt like I had a lot of people that were in my family that passed away with me as well. But also, my teammates were helping me as well. It wasn't just a me thing. It was a coach and a team thing for sure. So.
How did you think you played?
Oh, man, it was a great feel of the first game, but I feel like, I just went out there and executed what I needed to do, doing my 111, but I feel like each game comes, you just get more confident.
What's it like rotating with Kavika like that, kind of 3 on, 3 off?
Oh man, it's awesome because I know Kavika's a baller himself, and when you have 2 guys rotating in that position, it just lets us know we can't be selfish right now. We gotta real deal hold it down and be a team player, because when I saw Kavika go in, I was like, hey, that's his opportunity too. It's just not my opportunity, but it was also a great chance to have Kavika go in there and hit some of his opportunity as well.
What it was looking forward to this week with a road opportunity, whether it's still a split rotation, whatever, but to play in a place where it's going to be probably a little bit louder, a little bit different than the offense on the field.
We talk about it all the time in our staff meeting. We talk about poise through the noise. We talk about where anytime we go to away games, we just want to have self-control, and like what Coach Dan says, we control the spectators, not the spectators control us. So
what do you see from their D-line, particularly 94?
94 is a great player. I'm just excited to just go out there and have fun. Just keep watching film, and I know 94 is gonna be a dogfight. So I just can't wait to go out there and just have fun. So.
That's Dave Iuli breaking down his performance from last week, and I love the connection that's showcased inside of that offensive line room. Yeah, it was an opportunity for Dave Iuli to get in there, get some snaps, and showcase what he can do on the field. It was also Kavika Rogers' opportunity to do the same, and they both realized that about each other, and that's the connection inside of that room. Alik Terry's group connected. Joey will have Alik Terry on the pregame show. Coming up, 2:30 is when the pregame show will start on Saturday on the Oregon Sports Network. We'll also talk to Janoris Wilson, offensive lineman, who I had to chat to. Also got to chat with Justin Jacobs. All of that will be on the pregame show leading into the matchup against Wisconsin in Madison, starting 4:30 kickoff Pacific time this week, starting tomorrow. Rather, game is tomorrow. Someone who had a big game over the weekend and got the first defensive score for Oregon. It was Brandon Johnson. Jordan Birch came around on a strip sack, and then Brandon Johnson was able to get the ball and run like a cheetah all the way down the sideline. He had some speed and pulled away from everybody in a blink. Hearing from one of Oregon's defensive backs, Brandon Johnson, after a strong defensive performance and a defensive score. Let's hear from the DB.
Walk us through your touchdown there. I mean, obviously the play wasn't whistle dead, so you're going to run it, but what was going through your head when the ball came to you there?
Yeah, ball came to me, didn't hear a whistle, just ran with it, playing through the whistle. That's all. And then, obviously crossing the goal line, looking back, not seeing any flags or anything, saw the touchdown signal, and then just waited for the review. That was it.
What'd you see from Jordan on that play to allow you to do that? That's pretty special stuff he was able to do.
It's normal Jordan Birch, playing ball, getting to the quarterback.
When was the last time you scored in a game?
2022, I had a pick 6 against Miami. So it's always fun getting in the end zone, especially as a defensive player.
Let's see what the coaching point's been on the penalties for the secondary coming off that game, because on one hand, the team's going to throw 44 times. There's going to be some PIs and stuff that's going to happen. But what's been the coaching point the last couple of days?
Just trusting our technique, playing our technique. Obviously, less holding.
It's kind of a tough line because you want to be somewhat physical out there, but there's, what's the challenge of kind of walking that line of, obviously you don't want to drop penalties, but you also want to be physical and tough at the point of attack there?
Yeah, just playing our technique as best as we can. It's a game of give and take, so sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But just trying to play our technique and play clean, no holding, and feet first.
What do you see from Wisconsin's quarterback?
I think he's good. I think he's good. I think he can make plays, and I think he has a talented arm.
I think at Duke, one of the seasons there, maybe last season, you played 7 straight weeks at the end of the regular season. You guys are playing 8, and the only team to do that. As a player, especially a player who plays as many snaps as you do in a game, do you start to feel that when it gets this many games in a row, or do you even think about it? Is it register with you? Or?
Honestly, you don't think about it. The weeks kind of go like days. It moves so fast, and when you're done with one week, you're on to the next.
It is work for this Oregon football team. Got to clock in. Oregon continuing to go to work as they are going to try to continue to extend their undefeated season. 10-0, trying to make it 11-0 on Saturday. A big part has been a really strong defense. One of the top in the country at limiting opponents from getting in the end zone. I'm not an expert, but I think that that's a statistic that matters a lot. You limit your opponents from getting into the end zone. You're probably going to score more points. You're probably going to win more games. Simple math to me. I hope it's simple math to everybody else. We'll hear from some of the defensive stars of this Oregon football team ahead of this matchup going against Wisconsin tomorrow when we return on Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Duck fans, at Country Financial, they make insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, auto, or more, their representatives will take the time to understand your specific needs and explain what options work best for you. Worry less and feel more confident knowing you're covered. Visit countryfinancial.com to get started today. Experience more with Country Financial. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live. For the better of myself, my family, my weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Back here on Duck Insider in the Country Financial Studio, brought to you by OnPoint Community Credit Union, and we're going to have to hear a different song this weekend. Wisconsin's going to do their own thing. We've got to bring our shout energy to Madison, Wisconsin. Duck fans that are going, I hope that you show out, and I hope that you make it a little bit less of a hostile road environment for Oregon, because the Ducks, they've been in some environments this year. This, another big test, last road test of the regular season for Oregon. Gonna have to handle business on Saturday, 4:30 kick Pacific time, 2:30 pregame show Pacific time. Does anybody know what time zone Madison's in this time of year? So you're Central time, so that's 6:30 they're starting. Yeah, 6:30 local time they're starting. Either way, show up, be loud. If you're in Madison, if you're at home, send some of that energy over into the Midwest to cheer on your Ducks. Someone who's brought energy on the defensive front this entire year, Derek Harmon. He has been living in the lap of a quarterback. Even in a game last week where it didn't seem like you saw Derek Harmon make as many impact plays. He got to the quarterback twice. He had 2 quarterback hits. What am I even talking about? He's making impact plays every game. Every single game. Big 55 in the middle seems to be making a huge impact. Derek Harmon going into a tough environment. He's been there before. Let's hear from the Oregon defensive tackle, Derek Harmon.
Derek, obviously, coach has used a lot of unique motivational tools this year, from the FIBA shirt to everything that went down in Michigan with pointing to the crowd and everything. What makes Coach Lanning so unique as far as motivation and how he provides it to you guys?
He's a player's a coach's player. I even say that. Players coach. He cares about his players. So that's the main thing. He cares about his players.
In what ways does he show that to you guys?
Every way possible.
What makes it You've had 7 turnovers in the last 4 games. takeaways in the last 4 games. What do you attribute that uptick to?
The coaches been on our behind in practice. Last week, for the D-line, the big emphasis was batted balls. We didn't have enough batted balls for a few weeks prior. And going to the game last week, it was a big emphasis to get 7 batted balls. We came out with, I think, 7 or 8. So that was just knowing that this defense is all about the ball. That's who he is, all about the ball.
There's been a lot of talk about cutting down the penalties. Your penalty in particular, what could you have done different on the flyby?
That was more my opinion was more of in play. Just keep playing. I can't really change that play. Just keep playing hard. I'm not gonna stop playing hard. That was just me playing hard within defense. So can't really change nothing about that.
How would you describe what Mateo brings to the line?
Great pass rusher. Probably a first round, probably number 1 pick type guy. He's a tremendous athlete, once in a every decade type athlete. So.
He said that one of the biggest improvements he feels like on this 8-game stretch is how the offense feeds off the defense and how the defense feeds off the offense. When the offense makes a big play, what do you feel in those moments?
Yeah, we get on the field and stop their offense. They put our offense back on score points.
What's Mateo's personality like in the locker room? What's
Funny guy. Funny guy, man. Funny guy.
That's what I heard. He's a jokester. What was that?
Yeah. See, he's a jokester. Definitely in that outside linebacker room. They hear they joke a lot in that room. So for sure, a jokester.
You ever heard any of his beats?
I haven't. I heard he got a whole little setup in his crib.
Yeah.
So he actually, we got guitar sitting around the corner from the crib. So he told me to go to get my drum set. So that's how I found out he had a whole little thing on it. Yeah.
Why don't you guys get together? If you're playing drums?
That's probably something we could do.
Player, does it feel like 8 games in 8 weeks? Like nobody else in the country has had to do this. So is it one of the bigger guys? Does it feel like that on your body?
Once Coach Landon said that after the game, actually, that's when I kind of like, oh, we did have 8 games straight. So I'm just playing ball, bro. I'm in season playing ball, trying to get paid. That's it.
What do you see from this Wisconsin running back?
Powerful, good running back. Just got to stop him.
But their offensive line's probably one of the more experienced ones you'll face.
Yeah, most definitely. Them guys, I think the smallest one, they got 6'6", something like that. So them some dudes up there. We just got to be dominant. That's all.
Played in that stadium before,
I don't know. I doubt it.
I love that mentality from Derek Harmon. Work hard, play ball, so that I can go to the next level and get paid. Yeah, that's right. Big test coming up this weekend. Yep, Oregon's got volleyball at home today, and then 4:30. We'll see you then. Go Ducks.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store.